welcome back to Lisa's Study Guides. This week I wanted to do something a bit more chatty with you guys, and that's because I know that a lot of you are starting to decide your university preferences for next year, and over the weekend there are a lot of university open days. So I know that from experience and from teaching many students over the years, there's a lot of questions out there in regards to what course should I do, what's the right course for me, and in the past I have done some videos on these before, so I'll put the link to a playlist of all the career advice that I've given so far on my channel for you to click through and have a watch. And so much pressure is put on these university preferences, so I wanted to take a different angle on things and talk about the fact that if you don't get into your university preference, what happens then? And is it really the end of the world? On this channel, I usually give pretty positive advice, so you probably know what I'm going to say, and that is something that I truly believe in. No, it is absolutely not the end of the world if you don't get into your first preference at university. And I have a few reasons for this, but I'll talk about two of them specifically. So the first thing that I really want you guys to remember is that even if you don't get into your university course, if it's something that you really want, you will eventually find your way there. And I'm a big believer of the right pathway happening eventually, no matter how twisted and winded it might be, or no matter how far away it is. If it's something that you really want, you will fight for it and you will get there. So let's just say if you wanted to become a vet and you didn't get the marks and you couldn't get the ranking in order to get into that particular course at the end of the year. What you will do is you will go into Bachelor of Science, for example, and that's an extra course that you'll do in order to then move into, cross fingers, veterinary medicine. And these 2 years, 3 years, however long this initial bachelor's course will be, it's going to feel like a lifetime for you guys. But when you finish this course and you look back, I can guarantee you that you will not regret the pathway that you have taken. Even though it wasn't the ideal pathway that you thought of when you finished high school, when you're in university and you look back at how far you've come, how much you've learned along the way, there won't be any regrets. So that's why I don't want you guys to ever feel like it's the end of the world if you don't get into your course. And I say this because I've had so many friends where they thought they wanted to get into a particular course, but they didn't manage to get in, and so they took another course that would lead them along the same pathway. But while doing this initial course, a lot of them actually realized, hey, I didn't realize that there were all these other opportunities that were available to me, because doing something more general like science or commerce or arts actually opens up so many doors for you. And so a lot of them actually diverted and took a different pathway because they just realized that, hey, I actually don't really want to do vet, I want to do journalism. So either two things will happen when you do this course. It will reaffirm your motivation to get into this course that much more, or it will actually open up a whole new pathway to you that you didn't know existed. The other thing is, when you take a course that is not necessarily your first preference, you're going to learn so much in these 2 or 3 years, or even 4 years, however long it takes, and it's going to be one of the best experiences that you'll look back on. And I can say this from personal experience because even though I managed to get into my first preference, so I was very lucky to do so, I eventually did not enjoy my course, which was Bachelor of Pharmacy and Commerce, and I just never really went down that pathway. But because now I own a successful educational company, I do YouTube videos, which is pretty cool, and that's not the life that I would have taken if I had become a pharmacist. But when I look back, I don't look at the 6 years that I was in pharmacy with any regret at all, because I realized that I've learned so many things during that pathway. You're gonna make so many new friends, you're going to have an entire new database of knowledge of something that you never knew before that you would learn. You're gonna gain a whole bunch of skills and experiences from this pathway anyway. So the overall point is, a lot of people don't get into their first preference, but it's okay. If you eventually want to get somewhere, you will make sure that you get there. And there are so many pathways, even if it's not that ideal direct one, there are all these other pathways that will sync up the right way that you want to go. While you're on these diverted pathways, you might actually discover a whole new branch to head off. Try not to look at it negatively, it could be a blessing in disguise. And if anything, look at it in a positive way, because you're going to gain so many new experiences, skills, knowledge, and friends that you would have otherwise never have experienced before. If you wanted to hear more about this, I have just launched my own personal website, which I'm really excited about. It's just titled imlisatran.com, because Lisa Tran is a very common name, and so this was the only one that I could find. But basically on this website, I delve into all of my thoughts. I'm really passionate about careers, so finding the right path that is for you, even if it is something more unconventional. And the reason why I'm so passionate about this is because I believe that my pathway was quite unconventional. I was a pharmacist, which was such a typical Asian thing to do. I made my parents really proud, but in the end, I decided to launch off with my own business. So if that's something that you'd be interested in, then go ahead and I'll put it in, you know where, the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will be releasing more videos about career pathways and university choices soon. But until then, give me some ideas. What questions do you guys have? What are you thinking? Where would you like to go in university, and what would you like to do? I can't wait to hear from you guys, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!